interest in local politics?
Since yonks. I was asking as a Kenyan.
As a Kenyan, my foot. You're not a Kenyan. You'll never be a Kenyan. I'll tell you what you are. You're a safari organizing tour operator, or rather the semi-alcoholic gin and tonic swiffling wife of a tour operator many, many miles away from a home called England. Take away the houseboys and gardeners, the sunshine, the differential natives and perpetual need of education. Let the Masai Mara turn to desert with no migration of the wildebeest. Or, long before that, let there be some real political upheaval to threaten your cushy lives. And, as the Americans say, you're out of here.
Listen, Amandla, you're obviously very angry about some things, and I can appreciate that. But I've got nothing to do with that anger. And I didn't come here to argue with you, so let's leave it at that, shall we?
No, let's not leave it at that. You and your sort should pack up and leave this country. You are certainly not an African.
Oh, and what's so African about you, if I may ask? The way you talk? The way you dress? Give me a break. Whatever you are, you certainly couldn't get out of Africa soon enough, could you?
Well, I got out of here, if truth be told, because I didn't have a brain incapable of nothing better than F's at O level from all...
Right. That's enough. I suppose you're really pleased with yourself, eh? Once again, her ladyship has spoken her mind, hasn't she? And been really nasty to someone in the process, telling it like it is. Now, isn't that courageous? Well, let me tell you a thing or two. Oh, yes. We know all about you, little Miss Self-Righteous. We know all about you. Just who do you think you are to go on about identity? Amandla, indeed. Couldn't you have chosen a more, how shall we put it, more apt African name? Isn't Amandla something Nelson Mandela always said to end his political rallies? And what's with the white boyfriend, hey? Is your own sort, black as coal, not good enough for you? I know you watched so many of those dubbed Latin American soap operas that you've quite latched on to love the Muzungu way. Public displays of affection, smooch, smooch, hug, hug, wow. What a pity that for all your authenticity, you couldn't speak a single indigenous language, Kiswahili included. It was so much hard work perfecting the Queen's English. You simply had no time for the native mambo jumbo, did you?
Get out of this house.
The inspiration for role play was to take in the generation that was responsible for all the political assassinations in our country. So you find that when you write things for the very first time, they are very self-referential. My father went to the United Kingdom to become a lawyer in the early 1950s. He took me along with him to go to school. So I was coming to terms not only with the history of my own country, but with my relationship with my own father. The fact that the guy's quoting Virgil and the Aeneid, when I was in high school, in my day we did Latin. I was in high school in the early 1960s. Hello, grandchildren. I can quote Virgil, posse quia posse videntur. They have power because they seem to have power.
I got round that something was very wrong. We lived on a river road. My father's shop was downstairs and we lived in an apartment on top of it. There was total confusion. 1 minute, people were chanting, celebrating the change, and the next minute, the government troops were taking control and people were fleeing for their lives. And then there was the looting, people looting and looting.
To know the answers, Grandpa, you were once a powerful and respected man.
Grandpa, in 1969, which politician was shot outside a pharmacy near a street that now bears his name?
Grandpa, in 1990, which politician was found dead on a hillside by a local hard boy? He was meant to have doused his body in petrol, set fire to it, and then shot himself. Give me an R.
R.
Give me a J.
J.
Give me an O.
O.
What's that for, Grandpa? Say something. Grandpa!
I must admit that there was a time when I had so much power that I believed it was my right to abuse it. I was drunk with power. Power changes people. For all those roads built, for all those hospitals, I could have stood for something more than self-aggrandizement. I could have brought more morality to the job. I did not.
So, if you and your generation failed us miserably, we are all doomed to failure too?
No. We must have faith in the young people. The young must be hopeful. You can't tell a newborn baby to return to the womb because there is no hope.
So, now it must be that we, besuited, beskirted, apes from the trees, must seek to live at our heart's ease, feed our own people, walk with dignity and pride, rediscover our languages that have no words for winter and springs, to pray to a God who we cannot deny, make our own bracelets and bangles, and mirrors besides, in which to see where our soul resides. Thank you.